Hello and welcome to I Have a Story to Tell on ZFM 101.9, coming to you from the nether realms of East Legon in Accra. And my name is Fritz Baffour, and today I've got a very, very special guest, all the way from the far northern part of Ghana, in the northeastern part of Ghana. And her name is LamiSi Akuka. LamiSi is a songstress, a melodious songstress, and she does other wonderful things. Welcome to the program, LamiSi Akuka.
Thank you, Uncle Fritz.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born? Where do you come from? I told everybody you come from the northern part of Ghana, the northeast.
Yeah, that's true. So I come from Zebila, the northeastern part of Ghana. That's the Boko West district. I was born in Tema. I grew up partly here and partly in the north. So, yeah. And then
Tell us your parents and...
So my dad is of blessed memory, and my mom is strong and kicking, and I'm a mom of one.
I see.
And then, so I am a marketer. I studied marketing, and then I also studied performing arts, and I also...
Where did you study your performing arts?
University of Ghana. I did my MPhil in dance education.
Great. So you can dance.
I don't call myself a dancer, but I can dance to save my life.
Okay, that's a very good thing.
Yes, and then I currently completed a graduate diploma in education, basic education, because I love kids.
Yeah.
And I have a foundation. I always do sensitization programs, so I thought it was nice that I get the fundamentals of education.
I think we've jumped the gun a bit. I want to find out about your childhood. So you grew up in Tema. How long did you spend living in Tema before you went up north?
I think I grew up in Tema, and then we moved to Ashaiman. So I remember those days when I used to tell people that, I live in Ashaiman. They would look at me again. They go like, so you live in Ashaiman? They get scared. I'm like, please. I know all the things that they think about it, but I think Ashaiman is also an amazing place.
Of course it is.
Yes, to live. So I grew up partly in Tema, and then we moved to Ashaiman, and then during every vacation, we used to travel to the north. So my parents did that so that we could still have connections of our relatives and then roots. So.
All right, and you went to school where, in Accra?
Yes, in Accra.
Yeah.
All my schools were done in Accra.
All right, tell us about it.
So my primary school, I don't think it's... Okay, no, it still exists. Yeah. It's called Simliza.
All right.
So I attended Simliza, and then I moved to St. Peter's Methodist, and then I attended Ashaiman Secondary School. Out of disappointment, I attended, but I think I loved it. And then to University of Professional Studies, that was where I had my BSc in marketing.
Right.
And then University of Ghana for my MPhil. And then UEW, University of Education, yes.
Yeah.
That's where I did my graduate diploma.
I see. So you are a singer, all
yes.
right? And you sang with some very great stars from what I gathered
Yes.
from your bio. But that's not what I want to hear right now. Why did you choose to go into dance as a subject of study?
I think they are all related, like music, dance, marketing. Even I remember when I was going to do my MPhil, University of Ghana then, I don't know of now, you'd apply and then they'll call you for an interview. So during the interview, they were like, you did marketing, why not MBA? And I'm like, yeah, I'm paying my own fee, so I know what I'm coming in for. And they were like, people come, and after a while they leave, and they were like, they don't want to do odontology. Their friends laugh at them, their relatives laugh. So how sure am I that I'm not going to quit? And I was like, no.
Now, when you talk about odontology, that's the name they've given to the School of Performing Arts.
Yes.
But I'm going to ask you a question. Who is the richest woman on earth right now? Who's made $1 billion? I mean, what's her name?
She's
a musician. Uh-huh.
Is it Beyonce?
No.
Um, Whitney? Oh, Whitney's no
No.
more.
No,
Okay.
Whitney's no
Yeah.
more. This is a white lady. Okay. So when you say donology, if people laugh at you, they laugh at you at their own peril. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you went to school in Ashaiman, and any great experiences in Ashaiman Secondary School?
Yeah.
When did you pick up this idea that you could sing and perform?
I think with the singing, I would say music found me. I didn't decide that I wanted to do music.
Explain.
Because as children, our parents, I was born in a Christian home. So they take you to church and they drop you off by the Sunday school. So they leave you there. And Sunday school, me, now that I'm a teacher, you always want to engage them, give them something to do so that you could also, ease off some of this workload. So we find ourselves singing, reciting poem, Bible quotations and stuff. So we were just singing, nothing to do professionally. So I think during JHS, we went for sports at Michelle Camp. So we were walking back and we met Reverend Merigansa.
Yeah.
And then, she was big then. So we all saw her and then we were excited and she invited us to church. And we attended the church because of her. So when I attended that church and then I started singing as a backing vocalist for her, so she made me to discover that I could sing all the harmonies and I had good ears and stuff. So we started going for gigs with her. And then we did a Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship with her a couple of times. And my parents are never in support of me going to sing. So I remember the nights that I got the beatings of my life, So
Because you went to sing.
Yes, I come from the very strict home that you don't stay out after a certain time.
Yeah.
Yes, so you don't have that luxury.
You're not the only one. I couldn't stay out after a certain time too as a young man.
Yeah, so they don't care what you were doing. That it's a law, so no one should be out there. So why are you out there? So as for the beatings, I have been beaten, and the funny thing is when they beat me today, I'm like, I'll never go again. I say that to myself, and the next day my friends will call me, oh, and then you call evangelism. Then I'm like, Bass never fire why? Then that I'm always on time. I get there, so I forget. So it's only when we are coming back that I remember that, hey, today, dear. So one of the times I followed a friend to her house and then I was crying. So her dad was like, don't worry, I'll take you home and explain to your parents. They should even be happy that you went to sing gospel and all of that. So they shouldn't do it. So we went and then the man spoke to my parents and they were like, oh, they are very grateful that he brought me. So he should go. They were not going to touch me. And I started crying because I knew it was a lie. But I couldn't say that to them, that it was a lie. So when the man left home, they really beat the hell out of me.
Anyway.
So yeah, that was just they were not in support, but I think once it's in you, no matter what, it definitely is definitely going to happen. So after secondary school, I was looking for a job to do before I go to the uni, and then I heard South of Future auditioning, so I went and then I wasn't picked because I was always singing gospel and I tried to sing a Whitney song and the lyrics. So BB Brew was like, sweetheart, you have a lovely voice, but you don't know your lyrics. So I wasn't picked. And I met one lady who also wasn't picked, so we became friends and we exchanged contact. So one time she called me in the night asking me if I was interested to do backing vocalist for one lady called Becca. And my first question was, would they pay me? And she said yes. I'm like, I will do it. So that was how I found myself doing professional music and getting paid. Whatever we're doing, it wasn't for the money of it. We're doing it because we love to do it. But as a secondary school, I was looking for an opportunity that I will prove to my parents that, see, you don't give me money, now I'm making money out of the music. So in a way, trying to,
show them that they'd made a mistake in trying to stop you.
So they should give me the opportunity to be out there. I'll still further my education. I'll still be who they want me to be, because I love to do it. And then I found myself there, and then after singing for Becca, I meet a different artist, and they go like, you can sing, I want you to give to do my backing vocals for me. And then, so I keep on meeting people every time. And then I didn't even think I was going to become an artist one day. So I used to be in the same band with Akwabwa,
Yes.
and Akoba and some other great guys. So anytime Akoba was writing music, I was like, hey, when can I ever write music? When can I ever? But at a point in time, I think when I started my master's program, it took me a bit away from the band. And then I was like, okay, so what can I do? And then I started putting ideas together and I recorded the first song. And then everyone was like, oh, it's nice. And I'm like, oh, are you sure it's nice? And I'm like, okay, let me continue recording. So there was one song that I sent to Mr. Kiki Banson.
Yeah.
And then he listened, he called me, let me see, whose song is it? I'm like, it's my song. He started laughing. He said, stop joking. I'm like, oh, is it bad or does it sound like some? He said, are you sure it's your song? I'm like, he said, if this is your song, then let me tell you, this is one of the best songs ever from Africa, not just Ghana, Africa.
Right.
And I was confused. So he was like, okay, he wanted to come to the studio and help to rearrange some other things. And then he came and he became very great. And I didn't plan to release it as an album. So I had one producer in France who was mixing for me. So he called me one time. He was like, his wife said he should let me come to France for us to work on their album. And I come to Ghana. So I went. And then,
really?
Yes. So he's called Groovy Dax. Kwesi Asare Dakwa.
Yeah.
And then his wife, Julie. So I was in France for a month. I lived with them and then we recorded. And I knew I had a lot of songs, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I came back to Ghana and I met my former manager. And I'm like, these are my music, listen to it. And instantly he started working as if we had a plan to release an album. And then we had an executive producer then, Albert Duncan, Tama. So it just happened that one thing led to the other and, things just started. It wasn't actually planned. So I always say that music found me. I didn't sit to say, I want to do this, I want to do it. Because as you can see, I still schooled and still did my master because I still have it in mind that, I need to find a job, go to school, get a good job to do. So it wasn't as if I was just sitting there knowing that I'll become a big star and I don't need to go to school or anything.
So here we are I Have a Story to Tell on ZFM 101.9. My name is Fritz Baffour and my guest is LamiSi Yakuka. And she's telling us a story. She actually hails from Zebla, that's her hometown, though she was born in Tema, and she's a performer, a musician, and she's gone to school. I mean, but again, being a performer and going to school is nothing strange because a lot of performers are very well heeled in education and the way they were brought up and all that. So you said music found you.
Yes.
So what is the first song that you selected? And tell me about it before we play it. Because the songs that are going to be played today as your selections are your own songs. So what's the first song?
Okay, so Zahanga.
Yes, and what does Zahanga mean in Kusal?
Dreams.
And when I say Kusal, she is a Kusasi,
Yes.
so they speak Kusal.
A Kusal princess.
Yeah, a Kusal princess, okay.
Yes. So
everybody in Ghana is a prince or princess. I'm a prince myself.
I know.
I'm only joking. Go on.
Zahanga means dreams. So this song, one day I was in Zibila and then we were in the room and then I just, chanced the view of the Burkina Hills, So then a whole lot of ideas just started popping up and this big baobab tree behind our window. Then I saw that it was dry and the leaves were falling and the goats, they were all there. So I was just putting all this thought. It was so beautiful. And then I remember that I had dreams and I didn't know how they were going to come together. So seeing these things shows that dreams come true. Like seeing this beautiful nature and how the leaves fall and within another season, fresh leaves come and then you look at the mountains, it's so dry, but at a certain season too, it changes. So Zahanga means dream. So it just...
So Emmanuel Kante is my producer, and he is going to play Zanga.
Z 101.9 FM.
sang by my guest, who is LamiSi Akuka. She is from Zebula, but born in Accra, and has got a lot of things and a lot of stories to tell because she's got so many vistas in her life. So Zanga, you got it from a scene in Zebula. Now, you said you lived in Accra, and during the holidays you went to Zebula. What was it like? Did you have a culture shock? The difference between Accra, living in, actually I'm saying Accra, Tema, and Zebula.
I think as a child, we weren't happy because especially during Christmas, the Hamatan, you are in the bathroom. The moment you finish bathing, then you're already dried up. You don't need a towel or something. And whenever we return from the northern skin, you could feel the cracking and then all of that. And then your lips, and you go to school.
You didn't use shea butter.
You would use, but it's still... You go to school and then your friends will laugh at you and then all of that. But when I became an adult, I think I appreciated it so much. And then sometimes when I get bored in Accra, I just go to Zebula, stay there for like a week, 2 weeks, and I get a lot of inspiration just as this beautiful song came about. So now I appreciated what my parents did, by taking us there, because I feel whenever I'm there, I feel like, this is me, this is where I belong. And then the ideas I get are so authentic, like they are so organic,
All right, great. So there you are, you were backing singer to people like Becca. I have something in common with you. I've also performed with Becca. Have you seen? I was in one of her videos.
Yeah, I saw that video.
You saw that video?
Yes.
Yeah, I sort of adopted Becca. I liked her a lot because she's very, very clever, very sharp. Yeah, and then who else have you backed before you went into your solo career?
Of them all. Samini, Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Amanziba, Rocky Dawuni, Rexoma.
All of them very special people.
Yes.
Did you learn a lot from them?
A lot. And I think it's one of the things that helped to shape me as an artist.
Right.
Because I can't imagine myself just being a solo artist, like a frontline artist, without going through this. So there are certain things that happen, and then I just overlook, or I just say, okay, I just ignore. But if I hadn't gotten that opportunity to be a backing vocalist, work with these artists and build certain relationships with them, I think I would have seen the industry differently. I would have seen it as, okay, you come, you release, you become big, everyone sees you, they are. But now I live a very simple life. I live the life that I think that, it matches or fits who I am. Today, I can walk, buy any food I want to buy and eat. I don't feel pressured at all.
Okay.
So
you said music found you.
Yeah.
But you've done other things. You went to school. You went to UPSA. Why did you go to UPSA? Was it just as a follow-up for the fact that
my generation would say for shaggy reasons.
Well, I don't understand shaggy.
Yes, so for security reasons, like education gives you options.
All right.
So I feel like having education is good because, I don't know, I'm just saying, just in case music doesn't work for me, I don't find myself crying and letting the whole world know that I failed as an artist, but I can quickly go use my certificates or my experience to find a job to do. So in as much as I love to do music, I also feel like we should always have options. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. All
right. You were in UPSA.
Yes.
You did marketing. Yeah. What was it like being a student, singer, performer in UPSA?
It was interesting and sometimes really tough, especially during first semester, like December when we have a lot of gigs and then rehearsals. When I was at the band, we were one of the top bands in Accra, Patch Bay Band. So we were almost busy every other day. And then I also had exams to write. So sometimes I just close from the gig. I don't get home. I just go straight to campus and then I learn with my colleagues. And sometimes the next day, you just write the paper and you go home and you sleep like you've been beaten, the whole day. So it was tough. And sometimes too, my colleagues, they favored me because they felt like I was putting in some effort. So when it comes to assignments or project work, some of them just say, don't worry, I did it for you. And some of my lecturers too, some initially thought I just wasn't serious.
Right.
But some also too, they felt like I was putting in so much effort. So they would tell me if I don't understand their TAs, I can reach out to their TAs to support me. So it was good, and sometimes the struggles, sleepless nights, and then all of that. But in all, I think it was a good experience and a good challenge for me.
So when you finished and you graduated from UPSA,
Do you want to know the class?
tell me.
Okay. So I had a second class.
All right.
Yeah.
Second class, whether upper or lower?
I knew you were going to ask that. So I had a second class lower,
Yeah.
but I was still very excited. You know what? Because I was just being a typical student, looking at the people that's ahead of you, the people that you beat. So when I look back, I think we were just about 10 people that had second class lower, and just 3 people that had upper, and no first class.
Okay.
Out of a class of 120. So that's, I use that to console myself that I wasn't bad like that. It was okay.
That means you'd worked and it was worth
Yes.
it. Did you make any money when you were in UPSA? So you looked after yourself, or you had to?
Yes, I was. I became my own provider. So it's all because I wanted the freedom to be able to do music. So my parents didn't go like we were not going to do it, but I felt like once I go to them, they're going to still tell me what to do, and then they were going to call the shots for me. But me knowing that okay, I could still go do backing vocal, and I was really making money. Like I could give loans to my friends.
Really?
Yes.
I should have been your friend at that time.
Let's be friends now. The other way around. So I was making money almost every other weekend as a backing vocal. I was really making money. So I could pay my fees and then pay my rent. I didn't want to be in a hostel because the times I used to come, the hostel managers will lock and you're always begging at the gate, they should open. So I decided to rent an apartment. So I could pay my rent and then pay my fees and buy clothes, live a nice student life. So, yes, I was making money.
Now, you were telling us about UPSA, you had passed your exams and everything, and you lived a life of a superannuated student because you could look after yourself.
Yeah.
Now, you worked with people like Ambule, and you worked with people like Becca, Samini, Stoneboy. All these people are super names in the Ghanaian show business.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you learn from them? You did mention a little bit, but what did you learn from them? What were the skills that you learned from some of them?
But the skill, I think, with Stoneboy is a type that when he's on stage, regardless of what happens, he'll still perform and go because his fans are there. So he's already on the stage, so he will do it and then go. Even if the guitarist is not playing he'll do it and go, and then maybe later he will come back and then complain.
Yeah.
And then with Becca, Kiki used to make sure that everything was right. So you can't come for rehearsal and say, no, whatever we want to deliver, we have to see it at rehearsal. So even if we are tired, he would prefer to give us a break, take all of us to a place to sit, eat, and buy drinks for us, and then come back and we do it again. Then he will give us extra monies for, taxis home then.
Yeah, so, you're talking as if, because most performers I've talked to have told us about the very difficult times they had in their upward mobility to stardom. So you didn't have it difficult?
I don't want to call it difficult, but like you asked me earlier, some of the things I learned on the job. So I always find ways to do things, and I knew that, okay, this is the resource I have. This is my my vision, my goal. How can I use the resource I have to achieve it without putting pressure on myself or without feeling like, there's a loophole here and I now have to go and look. So I always work with what I have. I always try to work around with the people I have around me who can do what for me. If you are my friend, I know that you are good at making me up, I come to you, okay, make me up for this shoot. So I always try to work with the resource and the people around me, and then hoping that it gets big or it gets better as time goes on. So with the struggles, they are there, but I think I have already psyched my mind up that, let me use this word, cut your coat according to your size. So when you do it that way, you don't put pressure on yourself. You don't see yourself as you are struggling. I don't mind if I have to repeat my clothes, because that is what I have and I rock it well and it still looks good. It's in a good condition. I don't have to try to change because people think that you are an artist and you have to do that. No.
Okay, now let's go back a bit. You talked about going to France.
Yes.
How did that happen? You said you had somebody who thought he could produce you in France. So tell us how you got to France, because it's not everybody who can afford a ticket to France and all that. And when you got there, what were the experiences that you had?
So I met that person accidentally, but I think destiny, or it was God's plan. So I met that person through someone who was supposed to have been my producer.
All right.
And then things didn't really go well. And the person took the project we were working on to him, his studio in France, to mix and master. So he kept asking, who is this lady? She can really sing, she can sing. So one time they called me and then, we spoke. So he came to Ghana another time and then all of us met and we exchanged contact. So after the project didn't go on well with this actual producer that should have been the producer, he was pitying me because he felt like my input was a lot, and then he's come to know I was a young girl in UPSA trying, to make life for myself. So he just told me that, what, I'm a pensioner. I don't have money to invest in your career, but I have a studio. So you can record and then bring me the songs. I'll mix and master it for you for free. That's the best I think I can do to support you. So whenever I go to the studio and I finish recording the data, when they collect the data and I send it to him, they don't send the data like he always instructs. So it's always messy. And he's on phone and he's talking to them. And so his wife was like, why is he always upset? And he's talking, so rather he should let me get an external drive, copy all the data, and then come. Then we can sit and then arrange it how we want. So that was how I got there. So him and his wife, they footed my bill.
Yeah.
And also they shot a video for me. Groovy
Right.
and his wife, they shot a video, Karikatanka. It was shot in France, a place called Dion de Pilat. So that was how it happened.
So you've been lucky. You've had some great breaks.
I think it's a favor.
Well, that's always the case.
And I also got the opportunity to travel with Becca and Co when I was a backing vocalist. I've been to Lagos with them a couple of times, and then Amanziba to South Africa and to Japan, Kazakhstan.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was it like going to a place like Kazakhstan?
It was going, I didn't know how it was going to be, but getting there, they really love people. And then black people are very scarce over there. So even at the mall, people will stop you and beg you, and they will speak their language. We use photo, like they want to take a photo with you. So sometimes people carry their babies and they'll give you their babies to hold. So they will take you a picture and show it to the baby later on that they met a black man. And then this is like, we were like, I say, it was so
You're
fun.
unique.
Very unique. And it was true. You couldn't find black people all over. So even they had a shopping mall that we decided to go and shop before we returned to Ghana. The moment you enter someone's shop, that person is the boss, because all the other, shop attendants will come and they'll be begging the person to enter their shop. And it was very interesting.
Well, what did you go to do in Kazakhstan?
We went for the expo.
Oh, I see. Yes. It's
So
an
we
oil-rich
represented Ghana.
country. So, yeah.
Yes. We represented Ghana for the expo.
Excellent. Amanziba is also a very good friend of mine. I took Amanziba to Nigeria first.
Oh.
Yeah, I took him to Nigeria when he came up with this big hit in the 80s called Ama. That was this big hit.
Yeah.
A very good friend of mine. Anyway, so you learned from them, and you also got
from them.
You also got the experience of traveling and all that.
And I think even my music.
Yeah.
My music, these people influence my music so much. And I always say that I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to be a backing vocalist for years before becoming an artist. People might think that, oh, no, you shouldn't be proud, but I'm so proud because listening to all their music makes me to understand music very well. And I don't just produce any music. I produce music that even me myself, after a while, I listen to it and I'm so happy. And I remember when I invited Uncle Ben Bracco to my album launch, he came, and then after he sent me a message, he was like, LamiSi, I don't know, I'm speechless. You know what? When you invited me, I decided to come and support you because you guys used to support us. And I was expecting the regular things that we hear on radio, but I was so blown away. And my wife, we kept talking about you the whole night. We are super proud of you. You've given us hope that some years to come, when we are no more, there's still a younger generation that will still project Ghana music, and then, you know, the world will still see that there's this side of Ghana music. So it was a very humbling situation,
you
like,
know,
for me.
The Ben Bracco was one of the greatest singers in student life in the 60s.
Used to be a rock
You know,
star.
he used to be the lead vocalist for the Flames of St. Augustine's, and my brother played the drums for them. Reggie Sawyer, who lives in Kenya now, was one of the guitarists, and we had a guy called Chick Ferret, Patrick Codrin, who also became a big star in the States, and they were all great musicians. So you've really met some very good people and had them really support
I've been
you.
blessed.
So UPSA, you finished. All right. And did you decide that I'm going to do marketing or I'm just going to continue your music? Did you have that conflict of interest when you finished with your second class lower?
So when I finished UPS, unfortunately, my dad passed 3 days after I finished
That's
UPSC.
sad. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, amen. So I used to be so close to my dad, and then I think
Despite the beatings. Go on.
it was my mom who was influencing the beatings.
Well, that happens all over the place.
Yeah, so I was very disoriented, and I just didn't know what to do because he was waiting for me to finish. Then he could get me a job at where he used to work, ECG.
Yeah.
So I was also looking forward to it. I wanted to earn salary, you know, and then all of that. So I was just thinking, what can I do? Because I didn't have a boyfriend then, so I felt so lonely. My dad is no more, and there's no friend like. So because all my friends were my musician friends, and then they were playing gigs, so no one really had time for me like that. And then I just thought I needed to do something with my life, something. And National Service came, they posted me somewhere. And
Where did they post you?
Some National Health Insurance office somewhere. And then the allowance was 410 or 480. So after I calculated the transport, I'm like, me that my dad is no more, that I'm thinking of how to survive. How am I even going to, foot the transport of going every day buying lunch? So I didn't even respond to that national service situation. So I wanted to do something with my life. Honestly, I didn't plan to go do my master's. So one day I was there, I'm like, okay, so what can I do now? Okay, school there, at least you make a mistake, so let me go to Legon. And I went to Legon and I entered an office. I'm like, please, I want to come and do my master's in dance. And he said, where are you from? Who are you? So after I told him where I'm from and what I do, the man thought I wasn't serious. And he was like, we'll go back and go and write a statement of purpose. Why you want to, because I don't know why you are coming to do this after doing marketing. You should be applying MBA at the business school. I'm like, sir, please, I want to do dance. So I brought the statement of purpose or intent, and then he read it and he looked, he said, okay, go and buy the forms and then fill.
Good.
So I did, and then they called me for the interview. And during the interview, they were all laughing because they thought I was so funny. So they told me they were going to give me the admission. I was going to be the first person they were admitting coming from a different, discipline. Right. So if they will ever do that again, it will be based on my performance. Excellent. And I was like, okay. So they advised that I'll join the level 300 to take a prerequisite course because as a dance scholar or as a dance researcher, you should know the dance moves. So when you find yourself on a panel, you'll be able to judge or tell this is this movement is right, it's not right. So I joined level 300. And for me, it was the best moment of my life because I wanted to lose weight, and I was going to the gym religiously. I wasn't seeing top. But joining that dance, it was compulsory. So every day I was dancing. Then now they were using me to say, have you seen the master student? She's serious than all of you. She's even dancing better than all of you. You are not serious. You the BF, you're not. So now they're using me, to advise the undergrad. So, the masters, no, I didn't really plan to do it, but I was very happy that I did it, because for me, I think music needs marketing, management, and music and dance.
Hold that thought. Here we are I have a story to tell on ZFM 101.9. My guest is LamiSi Akuka. My name is Fritz Baffour, and LamiSi is a performer, a musician, and she's telling us a story. It's a wonderful story. There are swirls in it. I mean, born in Tema, comes from Zebula, goes back to Zebula, gets inspiration. She's been a backing singer to some of the great musicians of our era in Ghana. And she finished UPSA with marketing and went to do a master's in dance, MPhil. And the music that we'll be listening to in this program is all her music. So what is the second one that you chose, LamiSi? The first one was Zanga, and what was the second one?
Let's do Karekatanka. Oh, you want Omi? Like the producer loves Omi.
Okay. So what is Omi?
Oh, me.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what was that about?
It's a love song, but it's not a personal experience.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just singing about love, beautiful things about love that everybody wish.
Okay. So, Emmanuel, let it ride. Oh, me.
Zed 101.9 FM.
Etemuela kansale awe yo yo. Etewusele big ben lagare. Way yo. Nini let kid fuyela. When can you get it, jelly? And you knock me over. Just you made me a rover. Ooh, you drive me crazy. Make my eyes go hazy. And I'm well, comes out. Away, yo, yo. And there was a little bit, Ben. Way yo, nini let kid fuyela. When can you get it, jelly? And you knock me over. Just you made me a rover. You drive me crazy. Make my eyes go hazy. One day call it the only one more. Cause what's Fema? Bio kicking or bio Nintanga, Yonka, in your mom, Sibada, Kangayila, Daro. Langalim Kani, come up to Foku Tectavo. Bio kicking or bio Nintanga, Yonka, in your mom, Sibada, Kangayila, Daro.
It's your lifestyle, lurcher, and business radio.
Oh my. I do, I can't stop loving you. Oh me, oh my. What will I do? I can't stop loving you. See, the seven on a ligidi, on a limb kewilla. Ayo, see, the seven on a ligidi, on a limb kewilla. Like to fall in everything. Like to fall in everything. Dinang see the seven on a ligidi, on a limb kewilla. Ayo see no see the seven on a lady, and on a limb kewilla. Like to fall. before you now. I am valid to
Z 101.9
The music of LamiSi Akuka, the smooth velvet dulcet tones of a wonderful singer, and she's my guest. Her name is LamiSi Akuka, and that was a song, Oh Me, which she says is a love song. I heard a few words in English, but the Kusal escapes me completely. LamiSi, beautiful song.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, can you read music?
No.
So everything is by the ear. There's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with that. But everything is by the ear because I like the way it was produced, the syncopation and everything.
I am blessed to have worked with the producer for this song, Ebenezer Krasi. We call him Oshobo. And also this is the song that Kiki Bansin also came to work on the ending bit. So, yes, so... Yes.
Beautiful music.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we go back to your story. LamiSi is a performer, but she did a degree in marketing from UPSA. She's now telling us about her years at Legon, where she did an MPhil in dance. Mm-hmm. So you were dancing almost every day.
I was dancing almost, and I loved it. Even when the class is not my class, I'll let them know that, I don't mind, I can join.
I see. Yes. And so how many years did you spend doing your MPhil?
I spent 2 years. And then in between that, I still had to do my service, my national service, because I missed it after my undergrad years. So the MPhil program was 2 years. And then also, I think I had an emergency surgery also around then, but I was still able to do it in 2 years. And the external examiner was who delayed a bit, but it still came within 3 years. And
you had time to really study in between the music performances that you were still doing.
Yes. I think around that time, it was the music and the MPhil program that was keeping me, really consoling me, losing my dad and a whole lot, Yes, so the music was really good for me. It was one of the ways that was distracting me from everything, the reality. So the music and the MPhil program.
Did you have opportunities of going back to Zebula?
Yes. We even had to go there for the final funeral rites.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I was learning all those dance moves. And then when I went back to Zebula and then they were dancing, the traditional dance, I was so confident and I also went to dance. So they're like, hey, you're in Accra, you're able to dance like the village people. I'm like, only me knew that. I learned them in Legon.
So you finished your MPhil, and what did you decide to do?
So after my MPhil, in between was when we released the album. So I was performing around, and then I worked.
Your
also,
first album?
Yes.
The one that you produced?
This
one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I was also working as a graduate assistant on campus as well. So I was either performing or on campus. And then I traveled a bit. We were in Italy and in Germany. We got some gigs over there. So
who did you go with, though? You went as a solo?
I went with 3 people, my then manager and then my bass guitarist, who was also my music director, and then my personal assistant. Let me see, she was a backing vocalist. She could sing, so I got her to do backing. So she was doing 2 things for me at the same time.
And how did you find the German and Italian experience?
It's great. It's great. The language barrier sometimes makes it a bit difficult. But once you're on stage, nobody cares about what language you are, singing or speaking. You just need to have a connection with the audience. Make sure that you get them to, you are able to captivate their attention. And you give them a good experience. That's all that matters.
And how did the audience respond to you in both countries?
Very well. Very well. Very well. And then, but for me, England is always much easier because you can even talk, say things, in between your performance.
How many times have you performed in England?
A lot of times.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, last autumn, I had an autumn tour in England.
Where did you go to in England?
I was in Hootananny, London.
Yeah.
Cornwall, Falmouth.
Yeah, Falmouth.
Yes, Falmouth.
Yeah,
okay.
Falmouth. Yeah. That's at the end of England. That's at the
Yes,
right
close
there
to
south. Yes.
And then I was in Bristol.
That's where I used to live. My
Yes.
family.
Okay,
still
so
there,
Bristol,
so
I was
that's
in
the
the
west.
Jam Jar, and then Bristol Beacon, the Lantern,
Okay.
and then I was in the Woods, the Wood Burner, also somewhere around East London. So in England.
So you do England well.
Yes.
That's great. I'm talking to LamiSi, a performer with very odd things around her because she did a degree in marketing, and then she decided to switch to do an MPhil in dance. And as I said, she's a performer, and she says she's traveled around the world in Europe and even went to Kazakhstan, a very strange place to go. And she's backed people like Becca, Stone Boy, Samini, Rocky Dawouni, and one of my favorites, Jedouble Ambole. How do you find Jedouble Ambole?
Fun.
Yeah, he's great, isn't
Working
he?
with him.
Yeah.
It is basically about a buffalo.
So you had real fun about it.
So much fun.
So the MPhil, you taught a little bit as a graduate assistant,
Yeah.
but what did you do with it afterwards?
So afterwards, Winneba UEW had an opening where they wanted lecturers, junior lecturers. So I applied, and then I went for the interview. So I got called after. So before you become a lecturer, you go through 3 interviews: one with the department, 2 with the dean, and then the school management where you discuss working conditions. So I was called after a week to come and meet the dean. And I got there, and I think anytime I go, it was like a conversation. So we were talking, laughing. Then the next stage, I wasn't called. So when I called to follow up, and I was told that I think Winneba had a little issue with vice chancellor.
Yeah.
So it was around that time. So there was a lot of hold on so many things. And then lockdown came, and then I had to go on maternity.
That's another story, and I'm not going to go too much into that.
Yeah, and then after the maternity, I was thinking like, I was going to be like, right after 9 months, you have a baby, a month, then you are back singing, like nothing ever happened. And then, unfortunately, I had complications, and I had to give myself like a year and a half to focus on the baby and myself. So that wasn't planned, but it was very necessary. I had to let go. It wasn't easy to stop doing the things that you love, not because you can't do it, but you need to be there for a different, another person,
Well, your story is a great story, and one of the reasons why I have this program, I have a story to tell, is for people to tell their stories and to inspire other people.
Yeah.
And here you are, a young woman, from a very strict background, and you have to go through a lot of things. And so I like to reach out to the young ones out there that, nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
And so, you've got to do your best, and you've got to go through difficulties before you can attain and get the things that will make you happy. So I'm very glad I'm talking to you, and we're going to talk more because you've got many other sides to you that we haven't touched yet. So you, after motherhood, you went back into music?
Yes, right. I just couldn't wait. So as soon as, everything was stable, and then I went back to England, and then the plan was to record an EP there.
Yeah.
But I got
EP
there.
is an extended play.
Yes.
That's 2 sides.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
go on.
you.
Yeah.
And then I got the things didn't go as I planned. I was very disappointed. The whole plan and every other thing. I got the person that was supposed to help me. I got there and it was a different story.
Okay.
So I had to come back home. And then I just came back and I didn't know what to do. But I think I was getting really frustrated because I felt like I wanted a job and I wasn't getting the job to do, because now I didn't mind to do a regular job, get salary. So I was looking for jobs, and when you go, people tell you, oh, you can sing, don't worry. I'm like, no, I'm not making money. I need, now I'm a mother. I need to. They're like, oh, no, you are so talented. And then I go like, so nobody wants to help. And they keep telling you, is it that they don't want to help or like they are really serious? So, One Love Kubolo, he's a good friend.
Yeah.
So I just called him, and then I felt I needed someone, a creative person who can understand me, and I can just go and then pour my heart out, to see. And he's one of my realest friends,
Mm-hmm.
So I went to him, and then I was just telling him that this is my situation. I don't know what to do. I wish I can still get back to do music, but here I am. I have nothing, like I don't know what to do. So he was like, okay. He listened to my first album, and he was like, okay, now that I have taken a long break, I want to come back. He wants us to do something unique, something that when I go and perform outside, is the people themselves that will take videos and share, hey, look at this lady, see the music she's doing. So he's not trying to tell me that my first album was bad, but I need a lot of resources to promote it even out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't think I have that kind of investment, or I have people who can be willing to do that. So rather, let's do something that is unique, that when it's out there, people want to watch and go like, wow. So I was like, okay, then what can we do? He said he doesn't know. I should think, who am I? Where do I come from? What do I stand? What do I represent? I should think of ideas and then come. So then I just told him I feel like going to my village. He said, okay. So there I had an outreach for the foundation, and then I just went and I decided to stay for extra 2 weeks. So one time I met some women and they were singing and clapping, and I drew closer and I asked them, do they mind if I buy them drinks? And then they will sing for me. And they said yes. So I bought them pito, and then I saw, and then whatever they were doing, I asked them, so this kind of music that you are performing, I haven't seen it. And they were like, it's only women that perform it, and they perform it at their funeral and then stuff. So I was like, it was very interesting because as a northern child or as a northern girl, when we talk of Kosag music, it's always the Duringa, the Goje, or sometimes the Kolgo. So how come this style of music is not projected? So then it just dawned on me that it's because it's performed by women, and women are always, sidelined, and then that's from my culture before. So I just thought of, this is it for me. And I called One Love. I saw something very interesting, and I think I really want to project this side of, my culture. So when I came back to Accra, and then I showed him the video. He also found it very interesting. He said, okay, do you have any idea that we can start? I'm like, yeah. So right that day, we recorded a song. We just clapped, and then I sing, and I go back, and then he played the goji, and everything came out together. So that was how I was able to, after the maternity break, coming back to music. I would say One Love, the Kubolo, has been very helpful, motivating me, directing me, trying to open my eyes to how the music scene works outside and how I should think beyond Ghana, because the style of music, the world music genre, not many Ghanaians have really accepted it or understand it. Those that listen to music widely, or those that the wide listeners, they would appreciate it. But the ordinary Ghanaian who listens to radio might say, who is this person? Is she Ghanaian? Is she this? So I should think beyond that. And he's really educated me on so many things. So
how did the music do? I mean, you've come out with one album, you've come up with another one. How did it do?
The other one, not yet. The other one, we are yet to.
Oh, you haven't finished producing it. But how did the first one do?
The first one,
in terms of the box office,
it's nothing to write home about. And then I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that because that is the reality, and then a lot of lessons have been learned. Probably I wasn't so much abreast with information or how the digital stores worked. And then how I saw it, that is not the reality. And then the lessons I've learned is to be involved in my music, to be very involved. Not to say I am doing everything. I don't have to do everything, but I just have to be in the known, to be involved. Okay, this is how it's done, this is how it's done. So that is it. So in terms of the box office, no.
I see. But that is the story of a lot of musicians. But I must say that from the 2 songs I've heard you selected and you sang, they're excellent. And I think
Thank
that you have to put your marketing skills to it. You have to have a little bit of more exposure. I think that Ghanaians are now becoming very savvy about music coming out from Ghana, which is not English or Twi. So I think you've still got your star still shining. We are on ZFM 101.9. The program is I Have a Story to Tell. And my guest is LamiSi Akuka, who's from Zebula in the northern eastern part of Ghana. I think it's the Upper East region, if I'm right.
Yes.
I've been to Zebula. I've also been to Boku. Do you know what I like about Boku?
No.
Right, they've got problems now, but I went all the way to Boku because of one thing, kebab. There's a Kwawu man who has a bar.
A Kwawu man?
Yeah, has a beautiful bar in Boku. The times I used to drink. So one time I went to film up there and I had some kebabs outside his bar. So you know what I did? I actually took my wife all the way from Accra to Boku to go and taste the kebabs.
But have you tried the Zebula Akonfem?
I'm not an Akonfem man,
okay.
so I like the
I think the best Akonfem in Ghana is in Zebula.
Well, okay, my friends from Bongo will tell you different. Anyway, here we are on I Have a Story to Tell, and LamiSi Akuka is with us. And she's been telling us about how she's put her music together, how she's organized her life, some of the dips and some of the heights that she's reached. But Emmanuel, she talked about that song that you sang with the clap. Karikatanga. What does it mean?
Karikatanga is like me in Ethiopia. It's Hausa. Karikatanga.
Okay, I'm not a Hausa speaking man, so okay. You speak Hausa?
No.
Okay,
sometimes.
So you say Karikatanga. Okay. Mentubia.
Yeah, so it's a happy song, like.
Okay. So here we go.
Z 101.9
The music
FM.
is by LamiSi.
Oh, yeah, say ya Karikatanga. Oh, yeah, say ya Karikatanga. Ama benim sung ehumen onani benim semdawo yela nete sema liberty wela mabia engi suma fam lakeye bo mo tekra ama benim sung ehumen onani benim semdawo yela ana lepio.
Yeah, you did say it was a happy song. That's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
What did you say? It's called Karanka.
Karakatanka, like
Karakatanka,
Mentio, forget about your
in-house.
worries.
That's beautiful, beautiful song, a happy song.
Thank you.
When we're talking to you, we're talking about your music, but let's digress a bit. You mentioned the foundation,
Yes.
and we hadn't talked about the foundation. So, what exactly were you talking about? What you said of a foundation? Because I know that you've been doing some social work.
Yeah. It's a non-governmental organization.
An NGO.
So, I just, I think that, I don't even know how to start it.
All right, let me tell you. You've got an NGO.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I'm going to ask you, how did you get into it? You're going to tell us about the NGO, because we were talking about music and then you mentioned the foundation. And you
Yes.
mentioned the foundation in the same breath as you mentioned going to Zebula and dancing with the ladies. So that means that there must have been a reason for you to go to Zebula other than music. So, NGO. What NGO? What is the name and what does it do?
So, thank you. The NGO is called LamiSi Fata Foundation, and then Fata means hope in Hausa.
All right.
So yes, so LamiSi Fata Foundation, and then as an artist, I think that we have the voice or the platform to be able to impact societies positively if we want to. And then I was looking at how to use my arts and also the culture or where I come from to improve the lives of children, especially girls, and then women there, growing up and then seeing so many things, and then the things that girls have to go through, being given out for marriages at certain ages, and then, education. If there are 3 boys and 2 girls, all the boys will go to school, and the girls will stay. They'll tell you the money, scanner, and some books for the girls. So I just thought that, okay, I see a lot of young girls reach out to me that they want to be they want me to, mentor them or that. So it was a good reason for me. And I was doing that without talking about foundation or putting it together. So then I just realized that I just need
That was in Zebula. You
Yes,
go to Zebula,
yes,
you
that was
have
in
young
Yes,
girls coming
yes,
up to you. And,
yes,
yeah.
and then I don't know how they managed to get on Facebook. So I just don't know. Meanwhile, they'll tell you they don't have phones, but I just don't know how they managed to get on social media. So I was trying to get this foundation so that it would be like a bridge for using the culture to develop the indigenous community. And then one of the things that we were so passionate about is education. So the girl child education ladder keeps falling, and then according to the data we gathered, they were like one of the reasons is menstruation. During menstruation, they don't come to school because they do not have, sanitary products to support themselves.
Yeah.
So I asked them what they used, and then they said they still use old cloth and then stuff to do. So some of them, at that stage, that's when they start feeling shy. When they come and they soil themselves and their friends laugh, they just don't come. And when they stay at home for a week and they come, they're not able to catch up. And this student will go and write the same BEC at people from Christ the King and stuff. So they don't pass, and already the male gender is always perceived as a superior one compared to the...
So they are totally disadvantaged.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I was like, okay, we are not there to solve the problem, but we are only there to support and make it better. So then, instead of doing everything I want to do with education, let's start with the dignity aspect first.
Right.
So then with the parts we decided to do reusable parts because that is more sustainable. And then there's a lot of sensitization programs that we had to do because people are not used to that. And they think that this one-off disposable ones are the way to go. But also, I always try to engage them to ask. So I ask them, how do you dispose this one-off pad if I give you? That they bury it. And I'm like, you bury it where? They said, behind their house. And I'm like, this is a community that they are mainly farmers. So if we start burying these things, you can imagine what will happen after some years to come.
All right.
Yes. So the reusable ones are just ideal. Looking at the finance.
Financial part of
Yes,
it.
yes, it can last up to 3 years.
Really?
And yes, it's sustainable. So if we give a girl in JHS today, the hope is that by the time she gets to secondary school or whatever, if she's able to cross JHS and go to SHS, they are capable of getting part for her. So the main focus is the JHS and the upper primary student that we try to support them with sanitary products. And also, someone will say that water is a problem because there's no clean running water. Why do you give them? Because it also causes infection. But thankfully to God, one of our presidential candidates built a lot of boreholes in about, I think, 66 boreholes, around the community. So water is not a problem now.
No.
The only thing we can think of is detergents. But I think the ones they use to bath, they can use this. So we try to educate them that, okay, because you can't afford it, so you can still use salt. And then you rinse it in warm water and salt and then dry it under the sun and stuff. So, yes, now that's the current project that the foundation is embarking on.
And where do you get the material for the pads from?
So
Can you tell us about that?
The first one, we had to, we got some donated from Canada and the US, and then we ordered a few from China. But I was very particular about the material, even though I am not there, but I think I tried to let them know that I wanted pure cotton and this and this and this and that. And the ones that, I have it here, sorry. So it's in different, where's your camera? Okay, so these are the ones that we ordered from China.
All right.
And these are the
This
ones
is a
from
radio
the US.
program. Oh.
This is what? Okay.
Okay. All right. So you can show it to the streamers.
Yes. So.
Okay.
But the issue now is we wish to produce here in Ghana because the product, the materials that they use, we can source them from West Africa. And then we were thinking that sourcing from China, we are not being fair to ourselves when we know that we can source some of these materials from around. So we reached out to Akosombo and all these textiles companies, but unfortunately in Ghana, they don't process the cotton.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so we spoke to the Burkina Faso embassy here in Ghana, and they were like, it's possible they can supply us if we are ready to do it. So that is where we are now. We are very...
So you're telling me that for all the cotton that we grew up in the north, we don't process it?
I have no idea. I just don't know.
So I'm reaching out to entrepreneurs out there.
Please do. Please do. I'll be
come on, guys.
So excited.
Yes.
Please do.
Yeah, come out with something and let's process some cotton.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so we were told that when we go to Japon is the place that they do.
Yeah.
We got there and they said it's no longer in operation. And I asked the guy, he said, very soon we'll start. Yeah. And I asked, how soon? He said, very soon. And I asked, so how long ago was it shut down? He said 5 years ago. Yeah. So there I lost hope because his soon is like 6 months now. And I don't think that soon is the soon that, I'm expecting.
Let's pray.
It's in the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's where we are left now. And then some of the organizations also have interest to support, but they want to go and see the situation over there.
Yeah.
And because of the Boko conflict, it discourages them because they are also concerned about the safety of their employees or their team. So it's difficult to convince them that we should go. But some of us, because we are from there, we always pray and then find a way to still get there.
But there's an opportunity to make an appeal for peace.
Yes.
Because the people are the same kind of people.
I always...
we're not going to take sides or talk about what is wrong and all that.
No, peace.
You guys have got to get together and sort yourselves out. Peace is very vital because when you have conflict, then you have problems.
It affects a whole lot.
Yes, it affects farming, food production,
markets,
everything.
School, hospitals, and most of the health workers, they run.
Yes.
When they are posted there. So now I don't think when there's a serious health or emergency situation in Boku, they have experts there. I don't know if now there is. That's good.
So we've got to give peace a chance.
Yes.
But let's tell your story.
A big chance.
Let's tell your story.
A big chance. So because of the cotton processing that we are not able to get here, we are now forced to source, and the closest we could source from is either Benin or Burkina Faso. So with the Benin, we have someone there that we spoke to, because you can't just focus on one place. What if you are ready and they are also run out? So we have contacts from Benin and then Burkina Faso.
And how do you finance the inputs?
From people like you and I.
That's good to hear. So, guys,
Yes.
LamiSi Fata is
Foundation.
LamiSi Fata Foundation is an NGO that is doing some wonderful work in the Upper East region of Ghana. And LamiSi is a muse, a singer, and she's trying to give something back to her community. And this program is I Have a Story to Tell. It's a program that is meant to inspire and mentor people and encourage people to do things for themselves and to help others. So let me see. Let's go on with that. So you're going to source the material from Burkina Faso and Benin.
And then also the plan is when we have funding, we have a proposal that details every other thing. We would love to produce in the north, because the north and Burkina or Benin is somehow close, and also the cost of labor there is much reasonable. And then we were considering to empower the local economy over there, because some of these women are single mothers or either co-wives, and then the man is not able to provide for all.
What are you talking about, co-wives?
They are.
That's a new word for me,
Oh, okay, they're in polygamous. They're in polygamous.
There are no side chicks there. It's all cool.
The side chicks, I don't know. Maybe.
Let's get on with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the man is not able to do it, for all the children, just as he should. So most of these women also engage in petty trading and other socioeconomic, activities to support from the home. So we were considering setting up over there. That is, if we have the funding to produce, setting up over there is easy to rent. Rent there is somehow cheap, and then we employ a quality control officer, and then so the details, we have everything written down. But that is the dream. The dream is that one day we'll be able to produce right here in Ghana and in the north also. Yeah, and I think even producing there, we're able to even train some of these volunteers that will come by. So we can't be doing this all the time. A time will come that we would have to focus on other things, and other people will also be doing it in their own small way. So it's nice to also train other people on how to source the material. That is, if you're able to get a cotton processing factory here, we can just let people know that, okay, it's easy to get this from here, get this from there, get this from there. So tomorrow, if I'm not there to be doing sanitary parts, someone else can also be doing that.
Excellent. And so now, what is the sort of response from the people you're trying to help? Because if you're trying to help people and they don't want to be helped, then you have a problem. So tell us about that.
The response is amazing. So we had our last outreach was in January, and then it was a mix. One of my friends had her birthday, Harriet Bampo, so she gave us some boxes of the one-off parts, and then we had already ordered some of these reusable parts, and we got some also donated. And when we were sharing, most of them were coming in for this. So we now had to find a way and say, okay, those in the lower classes will give you this because you just started, but these ones, let's give it to them because they are older people, and so because you are so young, your parents can support you. But those in JHS, they are very vulnerable. Most of them are sexually active, but when you ask, they will be quiet. But from the way they talk, you can tell that they know everything. So we just have to make sure we educate them a lot, and then we try to talk them into it, and then let them understand how to use this. And one of the impressive situations that I saw is British High Commission invited me for an event, and they asked me to bring 2 girls from the north. So I called the schools, and then they escorted them, and they got here. So I hosted them, and I just got to their room, and I saw that one had washed, and then she dried it. And I was very happy that, okay, So at least it's really helping somebody, So I asked, and then she was like, yeah, that's what she's been using. So I said, okay, just try it outside under the sun. So that alone, I saw it, like seeing is believing. I've seen it in as much as I've heard the feedbacks, and then they were like, oh, this one is good, but I saw it myself. So I believe that it's really supporting parents and then easing off some of these monthly financial burdens of buying sanitary pads. So,
Right.
yeah.
So here we are I have a story to tell, and I've got a very wonderful young lady in front of me. She's a musician, and she's well educated. She has a degree in marketing from UPSA and an MPhil from the University of Ghana in
The
dance.
Premier University.
Well, when they talk about the Premier University, since I was brought up on the campus of the KNUST, all right, you can be the Premier University, but
But you day.
they too they I didn't go there. Yeah, but I was brought up on the campus, so I've got a very soft spot for the KNUST.
Oh, wow.
Right. Anyway, so LamiSi has been doing some work in the northern part of Ghana, especially with young girls, trying to help them go to school by supporting and upholding their dignity, especially during that time of the month when they're and so she's been giving them pads, reusable pads. But the first time I met you, I said that there was concern about pads being, not sanitary. I mean, not the sanitation aspect, but you've just sorted it out by telling me that there are now a lot of boreholes in the area that you're operating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you've got a good response and all that. There's another aspect that you mentioned in your passing, that you have a situation where there are a lot of child brides, which is now illegal in Ghana, but it's happening. How are you combating that? Because you say that's one of the objectives of your NGO.
With that one here, Uncle Fritz, I can't, it's a very, very sensitive situation.
Yeah.
Because if a parent has allowed, like who am I, like in what sense?
Yeah, but it's illegal for a 13-year-old.
Yeah, it's illegal. So with that one, we are not even making so much noise about it, but rather the underground, You just need to let people understand what they are doing. You just need to let them understand what it could have been if it wasn't done that way, than just condemning it and saying that it is illegal. Yeah. So with that one, we don't even try to project it or to talk about it, but on the low, we try to let parents understand the importance of allowing kids to grow before they get into marriage, because I'm a product of child marriage. Like, my mom started having kids at the age of 13.
Wow.
Yes, my mom is not 60, and my big sister is 42.
Step back in amazement.
Yes, and she has 6 of us, 6 girls.
Well, but she's strong.
Yes, she is strong. And then growing up, it was a difficult,
13-year-old
situation.
as a mother,
Yes,
you can't be a mother.
You understand, So growing up, we never, at a point, like, is she really my mother? Because sometimes, she behaves or she does things that you go very disappointed that, oh, like, really? But when I became an adult and I understood all these dynamics, I felt like she did great. She did amazing, because she was just a child raising children. She didn't know anything about, motherhood or being a parent. She wasn't mature.
So what are you doing to combat that there? I mean, are you helping?
I try to support some of the girls. Sometimes you get a lot of calls and you get some messages, and then we understand the calls that come. So the little we can be able to support, we try to support, so that, we are not there to stop, but we are there to make it better.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm talking to LamiSi Akuka, who's from the Upper East. She's a Kusasi. She speaks Kusal, and she speaks beautiful English. And she went to Ashaman Secondary School, went to UPSA, and went to Legon. And she's a musician. She's come out with some beautiful, beautiful songs. And so we're just going to take a break and have one of her songs. What's the next one that you want to play?
Dance Your Dance.
Dance Your Dance.
Okay, so how many songs are we going to play before the show ends?
Oh, we've got two
Oh,
more.
okay, yeah. So then Dance Your Dance. Then first will be the last.
So Emmanuel Kante is my producer here. He's managing the keyboard and everything. So Dance Your Dance.
101.9 FM.
ZFM 101.9, and the program is I Have a Story to Tell. I'm your host. My name is Fritz Baffour, and my guest is LamiSi Akuka, who is a musician and now is doing philanthropy because he's got an NGO that does work with the girl child in the northeastern part of Ghana, Zebula and its environs to be precise. So, you're doing this. Are you doing it on your own? Have you been able to get some of your colleagues and your peers to help you? Because it's very, very important that you get them on your side so that you have a critical mass. So tell me.
So I think I have a few family and friends that have really been supportive. And then during our fundraising concert, I had colleagues like Miss Bell, One Love, Uncle Blay, and then Aziza. I had them come to support me, and everyone came for free to perform to support their cause. So, yes.
Did you raise money?
Yes, we raised some money. That was what we used to procure the parts for the donations that we made earlier.
Have you got any plans for another fundraiser?
Yes, so it's something that we plan to do every year at Plus 233. So,
was that where you had the fundraiser?
Yes. Yes, so.
But I saw you at the Ghana Club too. What was that about?
Yeah, that was a private concert.
Oh, I see. Okay.
For the big men like Uncle Fritz.
No. Don't stop that business of big men. I'm only big in size.
Yeah, so God willing, inshallah, when we are alive and we have strength, next year, February, I think the last Saturday of February or first Saturday of March.
Yeah.
Yes, we would have it.
No, that's good. March is around my birthday, so.
Okay, then we'll consider it.
I'll see if I can grab some of my friends to come along and support you. But you need to get your peers, because when you have a whole group of people, both men and women, helping you out, you should be able to do something about it.
Yes, I think the previous donations, I had some were giving me boxes because these reusable sanitary pads are not very easy to procure here in Ghana.
Oh, I see.
We got some made locally, but I think it didn't really meet the standard that we're looking out for, because I have this philosophy: if I can't use it, I wouldn't want to gift it out. Yeah, so they are okay. They are doing amazing.
And what about support in terms of educational materials for the girl child?
Yeah, so almost every outreach, we don't only donate to the girls, we donate to the boys as well. Just that we don't talk so much about it, because I feel like being a girl or a woman, we before we used to cry for equality, and then so if I have the opportunity now to help out, I shouldn't just go and then single out, the girls come out, the boys stay here. So anytime I either do socks, football, books, pens for the guys. So there's always something for the guys. And when we are doing the sensitization program, we don't even separate them, because I feel that the guys need to know about menstruation.
Absolutely.
They need to know how to use the sanitary pad, because when you are an adult and you are married and your wife goes to work and you are with your daughter and she sees her first period, you should be able to tell her what it is. You should be able to let her go bring her pad. Then you teach her how to, put the pad in her pants. So we don't even separate them, because I feel like when they are there, they can support the girls. And I also try to let them understand that there's something called cramps. So when you are at home and your sisters are menstruating, they feel this, help them with their house chores. Or when you see them wash this part and hang, don't laugh. It's normal. Menstruation is natural. So I don't discriminate, gender. They are always together. And we usually want to talk about the pad, because that's the most expensive one. So that's the one that we usually talk about, but the outreach program is for all of them. And education is very important, because we need to they know what they will do to get pregnant, but we still need to keep reminding them that the future is bright. So just try to keep off, So with the education materials, we get a lot of support from our friends. They try to give us that, because they feel like, okay, since they can't get the pad, they can do books. So the biggest challenge is the pad, procuring them. So one piece is like 20 cedis equivalent, and you need to give each girl at least 5.
So that's 100 cedis.
Yes, we actually wanted to do 7. So assuming like they menstruate 7 days or something, but because of financial constraints, so we give 5 at least. But with the same 100 cedis, you can get some reasonable number of books and then pens to donate. So yeah, we get support. Some people even give you like 3 boxes, 10 boxes of the regular pads. So my friends have been supportive, I must say, and I appreciate their support.
Great. I have a story to tell on ZFM 101.9. My name is Fritz Baffour, and my guest is LamiSi Akuka, who is a performer. And she says she can dance because she did an MPhil in dancing. She's doing a lot of good work up north. Now, back to music.
Okay.
What are your plans? I mean, what do you expect in the next 5 years to have done with your music?
So for the first time, I am breaking this news on your platform. I signed a record deal with a British record label called Real World Records.
Right.
So my new album is coming out, and then the first single of the album is going to be released in 2 weeks' time.
Where?
Online.
Online.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We were talking about that. Do you get a lot of playtime? Is it easy to get playtime on our local stations? We've got so many radio stations in Ghana. How do you get around that?
I think the playtime, it depends on the presenter and what they want. Some of them genuinely, like someone like Mekri Kwe, he used the last song that we are going, he used it for like his jingle or something. And I got people calling me, how much did you pay for that? And I'm like, it's just favor. I didn't pay anything. I never even negotiated or even asked this. He was at my album launch, and then that was just it. So he loved it. So some genuinely will play because they think, oh, it's really fresh, it's something new, and it's unique. And some too will rather start advising me that you should do music like this kind of artist, then we can support you, we can promote you. So it's on and off. Some make you feel like, oh, you are doing well, keep it up. Some too will tell that you don't even understand the language and you want us to play your music. Initially, I think I was pushing, trying, but I just realized that my music is not for everybody. So it would be amazing. Whoever wants to consume it.
Okay.
You know, I'm not selecting, but
All right.
yes, I will be happy if everybody loves or consume my music. But here lies the case that we are in a country that people find it difficult to embrace variety. Whatever they are used to, that's all. And that's the best. But yes, I know it's the best. But sometimes you just need to have very open-minded, listen to other things, and then appreciate it. You know. But unfortunately, it's not like that.
We've come a long way, because let me tell you something. As a young man growing up, we liked soul music. All right. I mean, we had the greats like E.T. Mensah we had the greats like E.T. Mensah, King Bruce. We had the Broadway band. You know, we had Uhuru. We had Jerry Hansen and the Ramblers. And would go and dance to that. But the music that we listened to at home was usually soul music. Wilson Pickett, James Brown, and all that kind of thing. And then, you know, when I went to England, I realized that, no, the high life music was unique. And I happened to know a lot of the high life musicians. And one of my favorites is C.K. Mann, whom I found out was a relative of mine. So, you know, till he died, he was somebody I even went to go and see. So, you know, don't give up. I mean, and your music is fantastic.
Thank you.
And, you know, people now like Nigerian music. They listen to Congolese music and everything, which we did, but not to the extent that we're doing it now, because with social media and, you know, people can now see things that we couldn't see in our day.
Yeah.
You know. So, you've got this album coming out, and you said...
It's called Let Us Clap.
Let Us Clap.
Yes.
Because you people like to clap. The Kusasis and the Frafras, they all love clapping, you know, which is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, let me tell the audience out there that this is LamiSi Akuka, who is a musician with a degree in marketing and a master's in dance, who has an NGO that is operating out of the northeastern part of Ghana. Yeah. And she's played some beautiful songs. We've listened to 3 beautiful songs, 4 beautiful songs of hers on this album. I'm going to get back to you because I want us to talk about the youth in Ghana and their horizons. So let's have
Z 101.9 FM.
Fuzangwele masekeya na no inyu yo oya. Fuzangwele masekeya na no inyu yo oya. kanin kala ka ang sakti fo. Da fale ka fo yali ma kan yali fo umya. Fo ya yanzan kala kanin guri fo aye. Ngami yu ya galin kule baka fo zamin wela. Aye, aye oh, aye, aye oh. Tini pasama tayeti nani mori taba, baby taba kakori taba ama aye. Yamu funini kosuma de kekabu sunganga ifonone. Ngami yu ya galin kule baka fo zamin wela. Aye, aye, aye oh. Dana ke down ke afyalma aye da gonzalam lay apa atanga dana eni yalam inguzente pausankana na kamenye labute ayo aye yeni huneo kulendo le fuya mane baba tatimam kambu kaleba Bana yelim sela bana na kambang yele yesira. Demi ye kugure mbabani maya tamala se ewela. Ondali ime mbutera ni ime sarakala yu ondame ma. Tatane lana. Fupam yu gane. Fuhayi igana. Unku lendo fusot ya. Fuzanele maseke. Seke no inu yu oya. Fuhayi igana Aye dana ke down ke afyalma aye da gonzalam lay apa atanga dana eni yalam inguzente pausankana na kamenye labute ayo aye atanga dana eni kanga o eni yalama inguzente pausankana aye
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Z 101.9 FM.
The music of LamiSi Akuka, who was our guest on I Have a Story to Tell on ZFM 101.9. Her story is a wonderful one. A young girl who was born in Tema, comes from Zebula in the Upper East region of Ghana. Went to Shawan Secondary School, then went to UPSA, did her marketing degree, and then decided to go and do dance and got an MPhil, which means that with an MPhil you can teach. And she's worked with a lot of our great musicians, Becca, Samini, Rocky Dawoodi, Amanziba, all those big stars. He's worked with them, Stoneboy and all of them. And then, apart from that, she's doing social work up in the north. She has an NGO called LamiSi Fata. The Fata means hope in Hausa. I don't know why she didn't bring hope in. How do you say hope in Kusau?
Say it.
Eh?
Say it.
Say it. It sounds nice, but very hard to pronounce. So like Fata. But say it. Okay, I'll go around and be telling my friends like Mama, Yarga, and the rest, say it. And declare to Savoka, say it.
When you say, Mama, say it. I have hope.
I have hope. Okay, beautiful. You have hope. Yeah. You're a young lady. You are also a mother of one. Your journey has been not too easy, but it's been refreshing because you haven't really made any statements of negativity in the whole interview that we've had. You've taken everything in your stride. But there are young people out there. The vast majority of Ghanaians are between are younger than 45, a very large majority. And that brings itself problems. We've got high unemployment. People are finding it very difficult to ginger themselves up to do things. So we need people like you who've achieved something to mentor them. Now, what kind of advice will you give to young ladies especially? Because in our society, for some funny reason, we've disadvantaged ladies, and we're girls, as you were talking about the girl child in the Upper East, and we have problems with young ladies here of trying to find something to do. But a lot of work is being done. What kind of advice would you give to those young people? Because there's a program about inspiration, about mentorship, about giving people hope.
One step at a time. Just take it one step at a time. And then it's okay to fail. It's okay to try and fail. It's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to be disappointed. Like, you might not feel okay, but it's normal. And then everyone has been disappointed before. But focus. Focus is the key. Just set goals, realistic goals. Don't give yourself timelines. Like, don't force yourself. You can give yourself timelines, but don't force yourself to achieve those goals within those timelines if you don't have what it takes to achieve it. Just make sure you are still focused on it. But in life, no matter what, there's always obstacles. There are challenges, there are distractions, a whole lot. So focus is the key thing. And then I think one step at a time. Like, don't try to bite more than you can chew. Just one step at a time and stay focused. It is possible.
And what about education?
Education is very important. Education is very key. Education gives you power. Like, before I used to hear education is light, and I was like, how is education light? But I realized that if I wasn't educated, and then this Z tech or Z digital, I'll just be looking, trying to, so, you just be trying, and for like 10 minutes, you are still trying to, so I think, for me, I think that's the light, so education is light, education is power, education gives you confidence, and then education gives you opportunities. So when you have the opportunity to be educated, just go for it. I just finished the graduate diploma in basic education. And then I had some friends ask me, why not a PhD? Yes, I wanted a PhD, but I think I'm not mentally ready for it. So I felt like this year I wasn't traveling. I was going to be in Ghana the whole of the year to finish working on my album. And I was like, okay, this program is a year program. And because of the foundation, I'm always teaching students and then staff. So to make it easy, I want to find a way, learn the technique that you can easily, communicate whatever your thoughts are. I have been doing it, but I want to do it well. I'm the type that always want to do it and do it well. So I just enrolled for the program. And also because I could afford.
But have you learned anything out of it?
I have learned a lot. And as I'm talking to you, I went to school. I'm doing my teaching practice with Tama International. So I right after school, I just went home, got ready, and then to come. And it's been amazing. And I think it's even the quality of my life. I laugh a lot because now I'm understanding kids. I'm understanding students, some of the questions that even my son would have asked me, and I would be thinking, why should he ask me this? But now he asks, and then I have to take my time and explain. Before, that was in me. But it has helped me. So on the field, I know I'll do better now than before. So once you have the opportunity to learn something, just go learn it. Don't ask yourself why, because those that were asking me, why are you not doing a PhD and doing this, after master's, diploma again for what? But I find so much fulfillment in it, and I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm even helping to teach these kids in the school. So the focus is the most important thing. Take it one step at a time.
Great. I've been talking to LamiSi Akuka, who is a musician. She's also a teacher, and she does a lot of social work. And she is somebody to be proud of as a Ghanaian. I'm very honored and very privileged to have had you on my program. I have a story to tell on ZFM.
I'm so honored to also sit in front of you.
101.9. Well, I'm about to get my boarding pass. You are now making sure that you are hiring a taxi in 3 months to come. So now I want you to say a word out there to the young people. Give them hope. So tell us something before I say goodbye to you.
Okay, so Uncle Fritz, I was telling you that I grew up in Ashaiman, and I attended Ashaiman Secondary. I attend these schools that they do old school, and it's trending all over. So sometimes I wish, because when I see him like, hey, let me school, would they ever get here? But you see, all of this never defined who I wanted to be or who I am today. You know, yes, Ashaiman Secondary School, I was still able to go do my degree, do my master's, in as much as I saw people that we were growing up with, and now they became mothers, early mothers out of teenage pregnancy and stuff. But all these things, they never distracted me because I had a focus. I knew I wanted to get somewhere with my education. So don't let your current situation define who you are. Just look at a bigger picture, and again, stay focused and committed to the bigger picture.
Thank you very much, LamiSi. I hope that this exposure will help you get a lot of support for LamiSi Fata. I hope that this exposure will get you your music on the airwaves, and people will start asking and all that. God bless you, and thank you.
Amen. Thank you
All right.
too for having me.
So next week, I have Kofi Bewa, who's going to talk to us about football. He has been doing some work on the Arthur Wharton, who was the first black professional footballer, came from Ghana. And so his story will be told, and more will be told next week. Same time, 101.9 on ZFM. And the program is I Have a Story to Tell. This is Fritz Baffour signing off and saying, hey, you out there, stay blessed, stay focused, stay educated, and keep hope alive. Thank you.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9